arrested nearly 200 hippies thought to be planning a rock festival at Stonehenge. The authorities said the event would be illegal and police have now moved in to enforce the ban.
The police had said they'd allow 300 festival goers at Stonehenge, but not this 300. They were back on the road, hippies, anarchists, travellers and weekenders, a second peace convoy. They'd been told to leave their campsite and they'd gone, walking away from Stonehenge. They'd climbed down, not far enough down for the police. They weren't having another convoy and they stopped it dead.
You are instructed to disperse immediately. If you do not, you will be arrested for obstructing the highway.
The order was disperse, but nobody said where to.
Stonehenge! Stonehenge!
That was out of the question. But they couldn't stay on the main road, the police said, and they couldn't go either. Or at least, not all together. The convoy said they'd move on, but they wouldn't be split up. It was stalemate, and the police made the first move. They came in suddenly and in strength, and there were several angry scuffles.
You've got my stuff, right?
You get it
back. You've got my stuff, follow my stuff.
No, you go away! Why don't you just go away?
There were no injuries, but some arrests the police didn't want on television. The argument was over. They'd said anyone who wouldn't move would be arrested, and scores of them were. All the fight by this stage had gone out of them. Others took to the open ground by the road. They might have slipped away earlier, but now they were hunted down across the fields. Most, though, were simply herded off on foot and in their vehicles, searching once more for a campsite. Local farmers didn't want to help. They'd blockaded their land and they weren't moving.
There's an injunction on that land and you're not going down there. That vehicle is sitting there. There's no vehicle right away. That's a bridle path.
When they did find a parking spot, they were hustled off it in the small groups the police wanted. The day before the summer solstice, the second peace convoy was in pieces.
Magistrates to leave the county of Wiltshire. The hippies, who were planning to celebrate the summer solstice at Stonehenge, appeared in court mainly on charges of obstructing the highway. This morning, some hippies joined a group of druids at their traditional Stonehenge ceremony, but police kept them all outside the stone circle.
This was where druids and hippies alike wanted to be. Some at least had made the pilgrimage they'd feared would be forbidden. Within sight of the stones at least, but outside the circle. The ceremony's only 80 years old. This year, though, it had a particular point.
We are gathered within this place of light and have left outside all disturbing thoughts.
They'd been caught up in the campaign against the hippies. These were the remnants of two peace convoys. They, too, were there strictly on sufferance. It was the moment they'd all been waiting for, celebrating the summer solstice as best they could, the stones only yards away, but quite out of reach. Most of the hippies, anyway, were due at another ceremony, Salisbury Magistrates' Court. But ordered out of the county on bail, they were predictably unrepentant after a night in the cells.
We got a meal and a decent night's sleep.
Yeah, we got a meal, a decent night's sleep. We was, you know, they was a little sarcastic on the way down in the van, but so were we.
And that was the epitaph on what was to have been the Stonehenge Festival.
About 40 miles away from Stonehenge, another festival went ahead more successfully. 70,000 people crowded onto farmland at Hilton near Glastonbury for CND's annual rock festival. It's the biggest event of its kind in Europe. Indeed, it's so popular the owner of the land says he may cancel it next year because he's worried the numbers could double. And that